everybody, Lee here again. I want to quickly run through some of my ball mount and tripod setups that I use for anybody who's wondering. So what I have here is my bigger tripod, and on it I have a Giados MH1301 ball mount, an Arca Swiss, a Giados Arca Swiss type MH658 Arca Swiss mount, which is this contraption here. And then of course I've got Giados MH680 L bracket. So what does this all allow me to do? Well, a couple of different things. The 658 is much longer, so it actually allows me to slide the camera back and forth, and it actually has stop points. So if I wanted to do some panoramics and stitch pictures together, I would slide it all this way, take a shot, slide it to the center, take a picture, slide it this way, take a picture, and then I can, you know, in whatever type of photo editing software you're using, you can potentially stitch those together and make yourself one big long panoramic. What this also allows me to do is, once I'm set up on a scene, if I decided I don't want to shoot it this way, I can quickly mount my camera in this direction, and now I get a vertical of the exact same scene without having to recompose. My tripod is set up in the exact same place as it was previously. So that's the purpose for the L bracket, and the longer Arca Swiss mount allows me to slide it back and forth. Now the ball head itself has a couple of different controls, and this is actually a friction control, which makes it easier or harder to rotate. So generally when I go into a scene, I'll actually loosen the friction off a little bit, and I'm grabbing my camera and I turn this dial, and that allows me to move it around and do it whichever way I so desire. Then I lock that back up, and then basically I can turn my friction backs up, so then it's much harder for it to move. So that gives me the control to move it around in any direction I want. This control is quite helpful, and I've actually used this control much more now that I've got the Sony A55, which actually does sweep panoramic pictures on its own. You basically set the camera mode, and you hold the shutter down and you turn in 180 degrees, and the camera will take multiple pictures and stitch them together for you in camera. So this here control actually allows me to do lots of great things when I'm doing that feature, and basically this allows the ball mount to rotate 360 degrees. So what I'll do right now with my new camera is I'll set this on, and I'll set the camera on it, and I don't want my image to move, or I want my horizon to be straight the whole way through the stitching. So I'll loosen this off, I'll put my camera in panoramic mode, hold the shutter or the shutter release remote, whichever, and I'll basically turn this, and it will hold the camera perfectly horizontal through the whole sweep, and my panoramic picture should work out really well. And with my A55, I'm finding even if I'm holding the shutter and turning it with my hand, just turn it this way, and it still works just fine, and it holds it relatively steady, so I don't get a lot of motion, or the horizon stays pretty level the whole way through my image. So that's the basics of what my new ball mount allows me to do, and why I use this L bracket. So yeah, it looks kind of strange, but it actually works really well. There are a couple different options. This one actually allows you to mount any camera to it. You can get some from a company called Really Right Stuff, and they actually make one that fits certain cameras, and the L bracket mounts permanently to the camera. You never have to take it off, and it allows all your doors to open and all your plug-in places to open without ever having to take the L bracket off. So those work well too. This one was significantly less money than those, and it also allows me to mount any camera I have without having to have multiples. So so that's the basics of my ball mount and my my camera mount, and how they work for me. Thank you.